What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got a couple of good things for you today, and I'd like to share them with you. The topic of today's video is going to be how staying away from narcissists is going to benefit you. Okay? Take a moment and absorb that information. How is staying away from a narcissist going to benefit you? It's going to benefit you in a lot of different ways, such as, right, you're not going to receive any backhanded compliments. I've seen that time and time again. Right? There's quite a few narcissistic people out there. It's kind of annoying. But you got to do what you got to do, you know? You got to get out there, live your life, go to your work, do your job, go to the grocery store, hang out with friends, whatever it is, right? Yeah, so you'll know these are some key things, some key characteristics of a narcissist. Okay, listen closely. If you have a person in your life that always wants to one up you in everything, you get a new car or a new truck, they're buying a better one, right? I'm sure you've seen it. There's a lot of people out there like that. It's really funny, I think. I think it's actually hilarious. But if they're trying to like one up you, typically they're pretty narcissistic, dude. I mean, there's some more things we're gonna go over, but yeah, typically, like, I mean, I don't care to one up anybody, right? Normal people don't care if they don't care to one up someone, right? They just want to be better than they are the day before. I can bench 225. Oh, they can bench 275, right? They're whatever they're doing is way better, more valuable. They can do better, right? So that's one thing I look for when I meet a new person, right? That's just one of the things. There's definitely a few things that we'll go over that I also look for, right, when I first meet someone. But I've seen that quite a few times, right? You'll find that, you'll see that, especially if you're doing your thing, right? If you're doing your thing, dude, you're doing good in life, you'll attract these people. I promise you. It's just a matter of time. If you ever gotten a backhanded compliment, right? Oh, that's a pretty cool truck that you got, but it's not a diesel, right? Dude, you're making some pretty good progress in the gym, but you could probably be leaner, right? Right? That's another one. That's another good one, dude. I mean, there's quite a few examples I can, you know, I can say for that one. But those are the things that come to mind. So that one's a good one. You'll see this next one in their tone of voice. Right? You'll hear this one by the way that they're talking, what they say, how they act when you come into the room, right? How you act when you see them out and about. You'll see this on their face. You have to pay attention closely, but you will see this on their face. I've seen it before, right? I'll see it again. They are secretly jealous of you. If you have things going on, if you have things going on in your life that are benefiting you, they're jealous of that. Specifically talking about narcissists, obviously. Narcissistic people are very jealous. Right? They have to downplay whatever you're doing and upplay whatever they're doing. Okay? They're secretly very jealous of you. Oh, I bet you're not making that much money in your business. You know? Or they can't be happy for you. They're never going to be happy for you. They're not happy themselves. Why would they be happy for you? That's how these people work, right? This is a good, valuable life skill to have. I mean, you need to know what people to stay away from in life. These people, like, they don't want to see you doing well. They actually, yeah, I'll be talking about the next one in just a second, but they don't want to see you doing well. They don't want to see you doing well. They always downplay what you're doing, right? This is another thing that I'm going to talk about. This is another characteristic. They may not, they'll look at your Facebook, right? They'll look at your Facebook, your Instagram, and they probably won't send you a friend request. They might. But you see them out and about, and they're cool to your face. But they're talking shit about you behind your back. Those are the types of people that you should not be hanging out with. Even if later down the road they want to hang out, right? They want to go out and do something. They want to hang out in your friend group. Don't invite them. Don't involve yourself with them. Stay away from them. Right? They're jealous. They're conniving. They're sneaky. I don't like sneaky people. I don't hang out. I don't involve myself around sneaky, jealous people. In fact, I much rather have someone that I know doesn't like me. I actually like that person better than someone who's covert. Like, not all narcissists are covert, but a lot of them are. Sometimes it's difficult to pick up on these things. They're cool to your face, but behind your back, you know, they're giving you the evil eye from afar. They're looking at what you're doing. They're looking at what you're doing, taking notes, so they can do it better, and show you that they can do it better. In fact, I would go as far to say as they're lazy, right? So they're not all of them, but some of them are lazy until they figure out that you've gotten a little bit of success. And now they're doing every single thing that they can to do that one thing that you've gotten success in better than you, just so they can show you. Right? It's pretty crazy. They've got a lot of time on their hands. They're definitely not improving themselves. If they are, they're very shallow about it, right? If they do work out, that's all they care about. They only care about themselves. Right? People to stay away from. You don't want that kind of shit in your life, dude. And this comes from time. Time out in the world. So, yep. They just, these people are people that you definitely want to stay away from. Let's talk about this. So far in the video, I've actually talked about, for the most part, narcissistic men, right? Like narcissistic guys. You definitely want to stay away from them. But a lot of people won't mention narcissistic women. Dude, I would argue that a lot, not all, there's exceptions. There's exceptions to everything. I would go as far to say as most women are narcissistic. Think about it. Think about it. A lot of women, I mean, they just are. I'm not talking badly about them. I love women. But they are. The way they act, their shit doesn't stink. Right? They withhold things so they can get the power over you. That's what a narcissist does. That's literally what a narcissist does. They're sneaky about it too, right? They'll try to get you attached. They'll try to get you attached to make sure that you're who you say you are, right? Let's go in a little bit more in depth with that. They want to get you attached, right? Narcissistic women, they want to get you attached so they can break you. So they can break you in half. You know what I mean? So they can kill your spirit. And now they're thinking to themselves, oh yeah, this guy, I knew it. His neediness, his insecurity, it's starting to come out now. I knew it was always going to come out. That's what they're thinking to themselves. I was the only one that he can get, right? Come on, you've seen it before. You've definitely seen it before. We've all seen it. You know? How can this man serve me? Is what they're thinking. Again, not always, but I would say a very, very big portion of them. A very, very big portion of them. We could actually go into a little bit more in depth with that. So, the real reason a woman wants to make you attached is so that she can know that you're actually who you say you are. If you're acting all macho and you're doing very well for yourself and stuff like that, she wants to make sure that you don't get attached. To be honest with you. She finds that very attractive when you don't get attached. She's not going to say this, right? Women aren't going to say this. But when you don't get attached, and when you can just be like, I'm just not going to text her back. She was a little bit disrespectful. When you can do that, that's really when women start to find you very, very attractive. I mean, there's been many girls over the years that have come back into my life because I just wrote them off. I just acted and internalized the fact that, if I never see this girl again, it's not a huge issue. I'll find a better one. Right? I'll find a better fit for me because that's who, it sounds a little bit selfish, but you guys should be thinking about yourselves. Right? You guys should be thinking about yourselves in a non-narcissistic way, right? I'm thinking about myself. I have to. But, like I was just saying, like when you can just disconnect, you can just ignore her without checking your phone. I need to, I'm just, someone messaged me. You know, nobody, like, girls can sense that stuff. Girls can sense that you're desperate. And they can also sense when you're not desperate. You get a girl's best behavior when you're not desperate. When you can literally just be like, I don't care if I see this girl ever again. I don't hate her. I just, she's being a little bit uneasy. It's not super easy to get her out. I'm done. And you can actually, a lot of people won't say this, like, right, girls aren't going to say this. They're never going to tell you. Why would they tell you? Then they don't have any more power. Right? Why? You wouldn't want to give away your power, correct? So they're not going to tell you this. But this is how they act. This is how they are. Yep. You always are going to get a girl's best behavior when you're detached. Right? I could still love a girl. Of course I can. I can be in love. I can like deeply love a girl. But if she ever leaves me, if she ever breaks up with me, okay. And this isn't an act either, right? I'm not acting. I'm genuinely like, okay, that's fine. In fact, I no longer want to pursue anything with you. Right? I'm not going to put time and attention into someone that doesn't want me. That's where a lot of guys get it wrong. Right? I talk with women. Their inbox is full of desperate men. Desperate. Hey, how you doing? Hey, princess. Hey, cutie. Right? And she's not even answering these messages back. Maybe sometimes she does, but 99% chance you are not getting her out on a date. I guarantee it. Because she's got an inbox full of men like you. You need to be different. You need to not be so desperate. It's not a good look. You don't even need to verbalize it either. You don't even need to be DMing girls or anything like that. Like, a lot of these girls can just sense it. Most women, you can sense it on them, right? Women can sense desperation on you. It's so much easier when you have other options, right? So much easier when you have options. And you get options by not being desperate. Be perfectly honest with you guys, like, in one of the last videos that I did, I'm pretty sure I straight up told you guys, like, I'm not pursuing any women right now. I'm very busy. I'm a busy guy, and I have other things to be putting my time and effort into. I'll come back to it, sooner or later, probably within the next, I don't know, who knows, probably a few months down the road. But at this point, like, I just have other things to do. And when you're at this point, when you're worried about yourself, girls will never tell you this, but they can sense it on you. They can sense that you could just give a shit. you could give a shit less. Ever, like, getting them out on a date. I have a date, right? I have a date set for, like, months from now. You want to know why? You want to know why I have a date set for months from now? Because I know I don't even need to think about it. I don't even need to think about it. She's going to say yes. And she's probably going to be single the entire time, right? She's going to be single the entire time, waiting for that date. Because I'm detached. I'm not desperate. I have other more important things going on. Time, right? Time apart from seeing each other. That is sexy to a woman. When you just don't text her back. When you distance yourself from her. When you don't need to talk to her. Alright? Kind of going back over everything, though, that we've talked about, like, so you want to stay away from narcissists. You literally want to stay away from narcissistic people, right? We just went over what a guy narcissist is going to be like, and we just went over how a woman narcissist is. Most women are narcissists, right? I don't care if I hurt feelings or anything like that. Most women are narcissistic. It's part of life. That's how, you know what I mean? They're hypergamous. If you don't know what hypergamy is, go look it up, right? I may talk about it at a later date in another video. But you guys need to familiarize yourself with that term. And what it actually means. And how you can leverage that. Getting dates, right? You need to leverage hypergamy. Alright? That's all I got for this one. A like, comment is always appreciated. Subscriptions, subscribing is even better. That definitely helps the algorithm. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the views. Have a good one.